Business can get depressing sometimes, but not just when you're stuck, especially when you're successful. If you're a high-performing entrepreneur or expert, you need to watch this video until the end because we need to talk about this. Success is not all that it's cracked up to be, and nor is, being stuck like I mentioned. And to give you a better idea of what I'm saying here, let me just share a story. Back when I was teaching martial arts, I hired a marketing mentor, and he completely changed my business and my life. I suddenly had a packed school, I was making money on demand. And instead of feeling elated because this goal was something that I was working towards for 6 years, I just felt depressed. I felt lost. I felt, is this all there is to, having an easier life, an easier business? All of a sudden, the fighter in me had no battle to fight, and I just felt lost. And of course, after that, I just started self-sabotaging without even realizing it. And things just went down and down and down until I completely fell out of love with that business, with the martial arts business, and I decided I needed a change. So if you're feeling a bit depressed right now in your business, I get it. I understand. But looking back, I realized what I could have done differently because I hadn't expanded my perspective. And I was still thinking of myself, okay, things are easy for me. What am I going to do right now? Why am I not happy? Why am I not excited to go to work? But that was actually the problem. Because my vision wasn't big enough, because I didn't see how I could actually help people, lots of people, in very meaningful ways through my business, and I was just thinking of myself, I felt depressed. I felt like, what's the point to this? I'm comfortable now. Why grow more? Why expand? Things are good. And the truth is, the biggest block to a great life is a good life. And that's what I had. I had a good life. And now I know that it's not about me. Okay, maybe things are going well for you. Maybe you're making 5, 10, 20, 30, whatever the number may be, whatever that comfort zone may be for you. Maybe it's at $100,000 and you're feeling a bit depressed instead of feeling very excited that you're making that amount a month. The truth is, you're not thinking about all the other people. That's the cause of the depression. You're not seeing the point of growing further. You feel like, oh my God, it took so many years. It took so much effort to get to this point. Why should I push myself further? But when your vision is big enough, when you actually truly believe in your vision, that was another thing, right? Because I kind of did want to help a lot of people through my martial arts business, but I didn't really truly believe that I could, number one, and number two, that I deserved to be that person that helps many, many, many people, more people than, I've helped, because I was combining it with personal development, the martial arts training. So number one, big vision. And number two, believe that you can create the vision and believe that you deserve to be that person who creates that big vision. These are the two elements to the recipe. And most people don't. Most people either don't have a big vision or they truly don't believe in themselves, even though if you ask them, they say they do, but their actions say something totally different. Right? So how do you actually believe in yourself? Because it's easy to say, I'm just going to help millions of people. I'm just going to become the star billionaire or whatever. Anybody can write a vision like that. Most people do actually, but very, very few actually create or get closer to it every single day. How do you actually believe in yourself in that sense? You deploy the warrior mindset. You say, you know what? If I'm not going to do it, if I don't deserve to be that person, then who should? Maybe somebody else in your field doesn't have your ethics. Maybe somebody else doesn't care that much about people like you do. Should those people be the ones instead of you? Why not? What's the evidence that you don't deserve it, right? The reason why a warrior can go into big battles, even against odds that are much bigger than himself or herself, is because they have a big combination between knowing what they're capable of, having shown to themselves that they are very, very skilled, and number two, knowing that they have the ability to adapt to different circumstances and say, you know what, I don't care what's going to happen. I'm just going to learn to adapt to it, and I'm going to be fine. That's how it works. Yeah. And the shaman mindset, because here we are combining the two, shows up with love, shows up with empathy, shows up with consideration. You're not just building this business for yourself, you're building it to make a difference to you. If you're just making money, it's not enough. That might be another reason why you're feeling depressed, because you're making a lot of money, but you're not really seeing, or you're not really creating an impact with your business. Maybe you have an e-commerce business, you're selling stuff, more stuff. You just feel like you're fueling consumerism and not necessarily making a difference. That's fine, but it doesn't need to be the end. You can choose something different, something that really lights you up and makes you fired up. I'll give you an example. I was talking to this guy the other day who, did really well in the jewelry industry. He was making $50K a month, right? That was, if I remember correctly, profits were around $20K, and he was making $50, $60, $70K a month with, selling jewelry online. He wants to become a coach. He wants to become a mindset coach because he wants to make a difference in people's lives and find that excitement, that love, that passion for the work again, right? So it's never too late. I'm not saying you should burn your business, but I'm saying you can deploy the shaman mindset in very powerful ways to show up with love and help heal other people. Feel that a bit. Notice how exciting that feels right now. Yeah. And now maybe it's time to ask yourself, how much longer are you going to stay in this energy of depression? Because it's not just costing you money. It's not just costing you growth. It's not just making you stuck. You know that it's affecting your health. It's affecting your mood. It's affecting your relationships. You know that if you keep this up, maybe you might lose the business altogether. Maybe you might lose your relationships. Maybe you might lose your health. And then whatever big vision you have in your mind, who's going to do that? Right? It's time for something different. It's time for different thinking. It's time for more courage, more power, more love, more empathy, not just for others, but most importantly for yourself. Because think of it this way. If you really truly loved yourself, would you allow yourself to stay in this depressed state for more than 1 or 2 days? You wouldn't, right? So I'm here to say that you are allowed to love yourself. You are allowed to think differently about yourself, about your business, about life, about the world, about everything. It's time for a difference. And if you'd like my help for that, there's the link below. Check it out. You'll see exactly what we will do in our session together. It's not going to be a sales call. It's going to be a powerful, powerful conversation that will change your life forever. I promise you that. Tap the link below. And if you haven't already, check out this powerful training on the Warrior Shaman Mindset and how it can help you scale your business with more ease, more elegance, and less stress. And I'll see you soon.